I will we'll open it for questions.
I think all eyes in the greater basketball world were on the matchup between Caleb and AJ. Could you speak to that and what you saw from those players tonight?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. I saw both of them play a lot in high school. You know, we recruited Caleb too when he was in high school, so got to know him. It was fun to watch those guys compete. I mean, I don't know if it'd be hard pressed to find, you know, that level of a matchup in terms of guys with that level of size in college. In fact, it was on the NBA court was fitting actually, but I thought they both had moments. I thought there was a moment there where they both had unbelievable defensive plays back to back. I think that's probably both their really special gifts and how much they can guard. And obviously, they both scored the ball as well, but it was impressive.
What did you like about the game tonight from your team in comparison to how you felt after Nebraska?
Yeah, I mean, two totally different games. I mean, the Nebraska, we were banged up and we still kind of are, but didn't feel real, honestly. So this felt a lot more real. And what I liked about this one was just, you know, I think sometimes as coaches we get really into the weeds about the schemes and this and that, but just to find a way to win, honestly, against a good team, well coached, really big. They're a really big team. And so I thought the toughness that we showed, I thought Kennard Davis showed some toughness. I thought he really guarded down the stretch. Obviously, he had a huge shot. So I was really proud of just overall toughness.
To explain the team this big and this long and this athletic, this early, getting you a chance to solve problems that last year you couldn't really solve until you were 2-4 in the league because you were seeing those kind of athletes for the first time then?
100%. And that's why we scheduled this game and many of the games we have coming up as well. So, yeah, I mean, it was exactly what we needed, you know. And, you know, if you look at our roster compared to last year, I mean, we got some bigger guys too, you know, because we learned a lot, you know, the Big 12. That was a much more of a Big 12 type opponent than Nebraska. I mean, they gave us a problem with their space and pace. This was like more of a slugfest. The Big 12 kind of more that.
16 points on 19 turnovers. Is that the types of numbers or the types of kind of the staples you want defensively to be able to force a lot of takeaways?
Yeah, I think when you go to that and then you go to, I mean, we had 18 offensive rebounds as well in a night where we couldn't, you know, didn't feel like we could make any threes, you know, and so there'll be nights where we really need to rely on our length. I think it shows up with forcing turnovers. I think it shows up with rebounding as well.
Coach, I wanted to ask you about I think I got that pronunciation right, but what sets him apart in your
his motor. Yeah, it's hard to, you really can't coach that. You either have or don't. And so he just plays with his hair on fire, and he gives us he had that huge putback. And, you know, he obviously was with us for half the year last year. I think that really, really paid dividends for him. I mean, physically, Michael Davey, our strength coach, has done a tremendous job with him. He looks amazing. And so that energy and that just overall toughness that I talked about, he displayed that as well.
As far as your rotations, I mean, how close was this to what you want to see at Villanova?
We'll definitely analyze that. I mean, Richie got in foul trouble, so that changed it a little bit. So we were trying to, I mean, last year we didn't play guys super long stretches. Like tonight we had some pretty long stretches, and honestly we just kind of, this is what I spent a lot of time doing when I was in the NBA with lineups and rotations. And so I kind of went back to the archives of what we did with some of our stars back in those days. And so we were trying to make sure we had, you know, 2 of the 3 on the floor at all times, which when you do that, you got to play longer stretches. And, you know, I'm not sure if Rob was ready for that, honestly, and it's really his second game. I thought AJ handled it pretty well. And so we'll keep analyzing it.
Both teams struggled from three-point range tonight. Were you happy with the looks that you guys got? Or is it simply just make and miss kind of a game?
I think so. Yeah, I think there was, I mean, my high-low, I love him. He's always good for one horrible shot a game. So one of his was probably errant. But, no, I think for the most part we got good looks. And I think on most nights those are going to fall at a little higher clip than they did tonight, Richie in particular.
Felt like Rob got a bit out of control at times, kind of like you said. What are you hoping to see adjustment-wise moving forward?
Well, he's so fast, and it's just like it's a blessing and a curse, you know. So I'm learning these guys on the spot, you know. It's like I said, someone asked me Big 12 media thing. I wish we had like 4 of these exhibition games. I can't stand practicing against ourselves all the time because you don't get to learn as much, you know. And so I'm learning on the fly with these guys. I think there's some things I saw in this game that we can help Rob with, you know, in that respect. But once he channels it more, I mean, he's impossible to keep out of the paint. So now it becomes reading the second and third layer defense.
Where's Mihalo improved the most?
I think he settled down, even though I just made that comment about him. I mean, I think he knows he's going to play more this year. Last year, I think it was like he was trying to come in and score 20 points in a minute, you know. And we've talked a lot about trust. I said, Mihalo, I want to play through you. I thought when the game went a little fuzzy, we started playing through him more at the high post, in the trail spot rather. Got a backdoor layup. Richie got a 3. So we trust him, and that's probably the biggest area. Now he's got to continue to do things that allow us to trust him. But I think he can be a real X factor for us because of his skill set and his size.
How close are you to getting a full roster, getting guys like Dawson and some others back?
Yeah, Dawson is a huge part of this. You know, we talked about that, him and I, a lot. Dawson's a smart guy, you know, so he wanted to know the roster construction, and what I flat out told him, man, like, you know, I want you here because if you leave, we're going to go try to get a guy just like you in the portal. So you have a big role on this team. And, you know, I'm really excited about, I think, like him and AJ's ability to play on the court together, particularly when Rob comes out. I think AJ's so dynamic with the ball in his hands that we do want it in his hands, but we also needed like a secondary creator out there, which I think Dawson can fill that role, and Dawson can shoot too. So he's a big part of this. In terms of the timeline, I think he's much closer than he has been all offseason. So, the medical team is trying to get him ready for Villanova. You know, we'll see how he feels in terms of that particular game, but he's going to be a big contributor.
2 more questions.
In your ideal situation, do you like to rotate guys one at a time every couple minutes? You were talking about substitution patterns, or do you like to bring in 3 or 4 guys kind of as a second unit who are used to playing together, who can give you a 3, 4, 5 minute stretch?
Yeah, I mean that's an age-old question for sure. I think where I've gone is staggering lineups and not doing, you know, not necessarily platoon, but having a bench unit. I mean, like last year that actually worked for us. I think with this team, I don't like it as much, so I think we'll probably stagger a lot more than we will do the kind of first unit, second unit thing.
Last question.
I know you don't really have much control over this, but what do you make of like how hard it is to get into a scrimmage for your program right now? Like how much fans want to get in just to see AJ play?
You talking about how hard it is for fans to see our
Just
team?
I mean, like $300 sometimes.
Oh, okay. I didn't know where you were going. Yeah, I have no idea. I mean, I didn't know it was that much. But look, I hope everyone gets a chance to see us play. You know, there's a lot of excitement around the team, rightfully so. So I think it's a product of just trying to be a good team. You know, and it kind of is what it is.
All right, guys, thank you.
Thanks, guys. I didn't know that.
No, yeah.